This is a follow along strength workout for the lower body using the squat and calf raise pattern, and also upper body flexibility for the shoulders. This is how we train in the UMS. Upper body strength, lower body flexibility, or lower body strength, upper body flexibility. Join in with us in real time for this follow along workout.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.
This is a gym workout, so we use a barbell for this, for the box squat progression here. This is what we use in the very first phase of our UMS gym workouts. By using the low bar barbell box squat, we reduce the range of motion, but also reduce the demand on the knees. The low bar barbell squat is predominantly a glute dominant exercise, so it reduces the need for the knees to travel over the toes. And because we reduce the range of motion by using the box, this is a very safe way to introduce squatting for people that have had pre-existing knee injuries or lower back or hip injuries. It's a very, very good introduction to squatting. Also because you can just choose how high or how low you want the box to be. Now, if you don't know where and you don't really have any major injuries, set the box up at a height so that your thighs would be parallel to the ground when your bum is touching the box. Now, make sure when you do that box squat that you don't rest and sit down on the box at the bottom. You should just touch your bum to the box and then stand back up again. And then, of course, we're going to pair this with calf raising so that we're also training the ankles in the workout. And during our rest periods, we're going to be doing shoulder flexibility. This is an amazing workout. We're just going to do 3 5-minute rounds. So let's get started. Grab your barbell, set your box up, and let's get into this lower body strength and upper body flexibility workout. If you like our content and want expert coaching, I'd love to invite you inside our free Facebook coaching community, where the whole Unity team and myself hang out, go live, and drop feedback to keep you progressing. Just search UMS Movement Mastermind in Facey, hit join, and I'll even give you access to my incredible 20-minute flexibility routine as a welcome gift. Okay, here we go, round 1. So I'm gonna set up, deep breath. Woo! Oh, there we go. It's a good feeling, pushing your body to different ranges of motion. Same with the shoulder dislocate. I haven't done this one for ages. It's just when you are recovering from an injury, of course, you change the things that you're doing to suit where you're at. And this kind of stuff, these ranges in the shoulder have been something that I just haven't been working on for a while. And so it's, before I did the injury, I could easily do this here, but I wouldn't do that right now. It wouldn't be smart for me to even try. And when you do this, you just work through your sticking points. Wow, that's a good sticking point at the back there for me. Okay. And like Monday's workout, this whole workout is about the squat. You want to be rested, ready to go when it's time to come back to the squat. We're just doing air calf raises here. So this is a real gentle, easy exercise here. Well, easy for me. It might not be easy for you if you're new to this kind of thing. And as you've seen in the instruction, it's all about slow, controlled movement. A little bit of a pause at the top. We're going to be really intentional with our end ranges. So not just coming up and then back down, but thinking about really coming to that end range and making sure that you're aware that this is the end range. You can't go any further, okay? And then we're going to finish the round off with the anterior chain stretch. heaps of time, still got 2.5 minutes left. So, which is great, definitely ahead of the clock, but I like to have some rest before the squat again. So by the time I get back to the squat, I've had a good, probably 4-minute rest or so. Now, as I said in the video, when you do this, just completely relax. Now, in the tutorial, we did say it's good to have your knees and hips off the ground. You don't have to have your knees off the ground. Like, what I can do is I can get my knees off the ground, but to do that, I have to use my glutes a little bit to do that. Another way to do it is just to completely relax, and the knees will touch the ground, that's fine, but you don't want the hips on the ground. You don't want the rings to be so low that the hips go on the ground. The most important thing is that my upper body is completely relaxed. And in later phases of the UMS, we're gonna make this a little bit more intense by rotating from side to side, by tensing the glutes, doing some different things. But in this early phase, you just want to relax. And this position itself can be quite challenging for you if you haven't done it before. If you're not used to the anterior chain stretch, it can be quite a challenging position. Great work. Round 1 is done. And we've got 1 minute and 15 seconds left until we start round 2. So, you can really easily see how 4 people can do this workout at once. You'd have to be efficient, of course. Like the way that we do, the way that I always say when you've got 4 people, because you've got the squat, the shoulder dislocate, the calf raise, and the anterior chain stretch. The way you've got to do it is the person who is next on squatting, which would be the person that's currently doing the anterior chain stretch, they've got to be ready to jump up and get on that squat as soon as the first person's finished. You can't be messing around. So one person finishes their squat and they come in and rack it, and then the other person immediately jumps in. Now, you may have to change the weight. You may need to adjust the weight because the next person is lifting a little bit more or a little bit less. That's fine. You can do that quite easily. Like if I wanted to adjust the weight here, it's a very quick change to just throw a few weights on. And I'm actually doing a little bit of a naughty thing here in the gym. It's such a light weight for me, I didn't even think of this, but you always want to use your barbell clips. I've seen some people have nasty accidents without having their clips on. Okay, here we go for round 2. Let's get on it. Okay, so we're getting under, buzzer's gone. Really controlling that 3-second eccentric. You can really, I hope you can really hear my breathing there. You can hear how I breathe at the top very quickly. It's a really quick, but I'm always keeping my lungs at least, 50 to 70% full. I'm never going, and then going again. And then I go down, up, and then down, up. It's really important that you do that breathing. Okay, do a few shoulder dislocates. There's other really good shoulder movements that you can do that we teach in our mobility masterclasses and our loaded stretching routines. This is a really good one for the shoulder that I like to do. Okay, have a look at the calf raise. 1, 2. The whole reason of doing this without any weights at the start is really just to get you used to the idea. For a lot of people, they cramp up when they do this. If this is too easy for you, of course you can grab onto some weights, of course you can. But we just start with phase 1 with the easiest versions, and then we gradually increase the intensity with each phase. So that's the way that the UMS works. We do, each phase of the program progressively gets more challenging. And it's really important that you understand how critical that is to your progress. You don't get better from just doing the same thing over and over again. You get better from doing something new and challenging, adapting to it, and then doing something new and challenging again. And good programming like the UMS, that happens really seamlessly. You don't really sort of think about it. It's something that you go from one phase to the other, and the exercise selection gets a little bit more challenging than last time, and then a little bit more and a little bit more. And from program to program, it doesn't always really feel like you've done that much more. But when you look back over 6 months or 6 program phases, you realize how far you've come. It's just phenomenal. So what we're doing now, a lot of these exercises, for some people, they might seem really challenging. For some people, some of the exercises might seem challenging and some of them might seem really easy. For some people, they might all seem really easy. But one thing that you can always change is the amount of weight you lift. You are in control of that. So the low bar barbell box squat is not an easy movement. It's a safer movement than other squatting movements. And the reason why is because with the low bar position, it causes us to load more through the posterior chain rather than with the high bar position, we load more through the knees. And what we've found is that a lot of people that aren't conditioned to squatting, when they do high bar squatting, they get knee problems. So that's why we do the low bar position first with the box squat. But the squat itself, I could put 100 kilos on here or 150 kilos and make it a really hard movement for myself. So the amount of weight that you lift is completely up to you. But what's important is that you are always doing things with quality in mind. See, for me right now, coming back from this shoulder injury, you've got to understand what I'm saying here. I have not done this movement for 6 months until literally now. I didn't do any practice or anything before the session. I do heaps of other training, but I haven't done the low bar squat for a very long time. But because I understand load management and load tolerance, I just warmed up and I chose a load that I can manage, that's challenging me, but that's okay. And that's what's important. Quality, quality, quality. All right, here we go. We're coming into round 3 now. Woo! So funny. I've never felt the limiting factor in my squat to be my shoulders before. It's a funny feeling. But it is what it is, and we just roll with the punches, you know? I got asked on the UMS Movement online coaching group today by one of our members and if you're not on that group, you've got to join it, the UMS online coaching group on Facebook. That's where we do your coaching calls where you can ask us questions. And one of the members, Ted, asked me, what are my goals right now and what am I working on? And my calisthenics goals. And I said, I'm working on one-arm pull-ups and handstand push-ups. But those goals are there and everything that I do is designed around getting me there. But what that means is that when you work towards a goal and you identify a weakness or an injury or an imbalance or a weak link in the kinetic chain, your training revolves around turning that weakness into a strength. And then once that weakness becomes a strength, you resume the journey, maybe uncover another weakness, make that a strength, so on and so forth. And that process can take months or years. But so what? Because my main goal is I turn 43 it's Tuesday today, I turn 43 this Saturday, and I'm getting stronger, fitter, and more flexible every year. And that's the most important thing. I want to make sure that I'm getting better every year of my life as I age. I don't want to be getting worse. I'm not ready to say to myself, you know what, my best years are behind me. So your goals are great, have your goals. They're going to get you, they're going to keep you motivated. They're the reasons why you train. But don't be worried if you're having to deal with X, Y, or Z. That's life. We just have to do that. So, and again, as always, as I've said before, the health hierarchy of needs, the first step, motivation. Get clear on why you're doing this stuff. Get really clear. What's your burning desire? What's your why? If you haven't done it yet, you should jump on the 28-day intensive. That's where we go deep into this stuff. Once you're clear on why you're doing this and your goals turn into a burning desire, the next step is daily habit of movement. And the good thing about the second step of the health hierarchy of needs, the daily habit of movement, is that you just do the UMS. Just do these workouts daily, and you're going to be working towards your goals, because these workouts done in 1 hour are the best way to just keep you on track. And then if you want to add anything to it, if you want to do a handstand, then you add the handstand masterclass, but you do that before the workout. That's a skill, so it goes before the workout. If you want to do the muscle up masterclass, then the muscle up masterclass replaces the bent arm strength workouts from Monday and Thursday of the UMS. If you want to do the flexibility masterclass, that's something that you do at the end of the workout. So it just becomes an extra, 30 to 45 minutes at the end of the 1 hour UMS workout. Like, all those things are just designed to add on if you are a high achiever and you're willing to put in that extra time. If you want to get really flexible, the 18-minute stretching routine or the 18-minute mobility routine is perfect to do at the end of the workout as a cool down, or on a day that you're not training. And that's how it all works. So, that's the daily habit of movement there for you. And then the third step of the health hierarchy is nutrition. Nutrition is the third step. And the reason why nutrition is the third step and the daily habit of movement is the second step is that it's harder to get your eating right than it is to exercise daily like this. This is so much easier than getting your eating right. People struggle with diet and nutrition for years, decades even, before they get it right. Some of them never get it right. So we want to get a few wins. And if we tick off the daily habit of movement and then we start to tackle nutrition, you already feel empowered. You feel like you're moving forward. And then that nutrition becomes a bit easier. And then once you've got your daily habit of movement and the nutrition. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If we haven't met, my name is Rad Burmeister. I'm one of the co-founders of Unity Gym and the Unified Movement System, or UMS. Right now, you're here watching our free content on YouTube. And since you've already come this far, I can tell you're serious about getting strong, flexible, and fit. But if you're ready to level up, our free Facebook coaching group is exactly what's going to help you do just that. Not only can you ask questions and post videos for feedback from us, I'll also give you one of my most popular and effective programs, the 20-minute flexibility routine, as a gift for joining our tribe. See, despite our combined 50 years of training at an elite level, despite how much quality content we give away on YouTube, at some point, your progression will come to a grinding halt due to limiting factors that are unique to you alone. Honestly, it's not your fault. You haven't done anything wrong. But our tribe is a testament that having an expert look at what you're doing and help you to break through plateaus is simply game-changing. So whether you want to get more flexible, stronger, fitter, or learn some awesome calisthenics moves, or even just perfect your squat technique, we can help you get there faster and safer. Oh, and before you go, if you haven't already, smash those like buttons and subscribe buttons. It goes a really long way to supporting our channel and helps us keep putting out the content we do. And if you prefer to listen, search any podcast platform for Sound of Movement to listen to our amazing interviews with coaches and experts in their field. Well, that's it. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the UMS Movement Mastermind Facebook group. See you soon.